Seems I've been misinformed. You are less than nothing. Pathetic. That ends that. Finish up, guards.
With pleasure.
1999 was a ridiculously good year for video games. Resident Evil 3, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Final Fantasy VIII, Spyro 2, Silent Hill, just to name a few. And amongst this roster of legendary, never-forgotten releases, there was Typhoon, Wrath of the Tiger. The game was developed by DreamWorks Interactive, who were responsible for the most successful first-person shooter on the PlayStation 1, Medal of Honor. Our main character was voiced by John DiMaggio, who is known for lending his voice to a number of well-known characters such as Bender from Futurama, Dr. Draken from the popular 2002 cartoon series Kim Possible, and Marcus Phoenix, the main character of Xbox 360's cover shooter Gears of War. Typhoon had a generally positive reception, but was ultimately overshadowed by other big releases in the same year, which is a bit of a shame. I've barely ever seen a PlayStation 1 game with more ways to move around, with more combat expression, and more cat-related puns than this title. Let's take a look. The evil Dragon Master infiltrates the Panda Temple, which is home to a Panda Shaolin monk. People are convinced that this game was the inspiration for making the animated movie Kung Fu Panda in 2007. Which could very well be the case, as that movie was also made by DreamWorks. There's multiple paths to choose, with only one leading towards the level's end. You can deviate from the path to find hidden collectibles, which serve no purpose, as there is no 100% completion achievement. The game tells you how many collectibles you have found, never how many there are left. The game introduces a new enemy type pretty much in every new level. These tiger cobras probably have to be my favorite, as they sound exactly like Arnold Schwarzenegger when you pick them up. The boss fights in this game are not too easy or too hard, but they can be annoying because there is no dodge mechanic, so lots of times you won't get a full combo in. After we defeat the boss, we are then typically greeted with a cutscene and then rewarded with a new ability.
Each of us has an inner spirit, an energy, fed by the world around us. It is called Chi. Weakness. Time.
Nasty move. How'd you do that?
This pattern of progression and reward is the same all the way to the end of the game. To the new level, defeat the boss, learn new move. The writing in this game is nothing special. Everything you immediately think of when generic kung fu movie comes to mind is exactly what is happening in Typhoon's story as it unfolds. The environments you get to explore are colorful and include tight platforming. You can also find magical scrolls which transform your base magic attack into fire damage, earth damage, wind or shock damage, all having their own distinct animations and effects on the enemy. Really cool. Every new ability, especially if it's movement-based like your leopard run or crane flight, is necessary for progression. When this game introduces a new movement or combat option to you, then you can be 100% sure what you learned will be put to test in the next level in the form of tight platforming. One of the coolest levels in the game for me has to be Monkey Treetops. You fight monkeys and gorillas in these dark-themed tree levels. The background in this level makes you feel like you're in the deepest corners of the jungle. The art design is spot on. The monkeys have their unique moveset, and the level ends with a boss fight against the Monkey Master.
Ty, you are one bad pussy.
Thank you, Monkey Master. I must agree.
And modest, too. Get over here. I'm gonna show you a groovy move you can really use.
The monkey style allows you to roll into a ball and bounce around. This is used to jump on those balloon-like things and is used in many levels from here on as a platforming challenge. This ability can also be very fun to use in combat because if you mash it really fast, this happens. The Crane Master teaches us Crane Style, which is essentially a glide ability. After you jump, press X again and hold it to glide. The animation looks really cool and silly at the same time and can be cancelled and reactivated by mashing X. This actually can be used to close wider gaps and stay in the air for longer. It looks unintended, but it is actually necessary to close wide gaps, as only holding X alone will not cover enough distance in many places. Not too far away from the last level, we then learn Tiger Punch, and the teacher is none other than Ty's own father.
I am Lao Fu,
leader of the White Tiger clan. Rise, my son.
Father. But Brother Ping told me...
What he could. The dragon was slowly crushing all of us. When you were born, it was foreseen that you would be either our undoing or our deliverance. We hid you in the one place we knew you'd be safe, the Panda Temple.
But what happened to you? To the others?
It was not long before the dragon and his snake army overtook us. That which you wear around your neck is all that remains of my efforts that day.
If only I could have helped you, Father.
You still may. As long as that evil dragon remains in power, my spirit cannot rest.
Why me? Why have I been chosen?
You are the son of Lao Fu, and you have the fist of the tiger. It is time you learned your last lesson, how to unleash that power. You will need it to conquer the Shadow Gauntlet and reach the dragon's palace. It will also be the key to his destruction. Press R1, followed by square, to unleash the fist of the tiger. You will avenge us all and restore this land. I have foreseen it.
I will not fail you, Father.
As we arrive at the last level, we're now finally fighting the Dragon Master. The Dragon Master fight is quite cinematic. You're on a mountain in the sky and he's flying, shooting lightning at you, and then he comes down so you can punch him. I actually ended up getting quite creative with my combos here. Some of those you can pull off are insanely satisfying. As we deliver the last Tiger Punch to Dragon Master's face, we can now watch the last cutscene of the game.
Congratulations, young master. You have freed your father's spirit and have erased an evil blight from this land. You should be very proud.
Thank you, Master. I could not have defeated the dragon without your help, and that of all the clans.
You have built a strong bridge between them, Taifu. Now you must lead them across it.
Your faith in my abilities has been unwavering, Master.
Faith, young Master Tai, is the belief in something for which there is no proof. It does not apply here.
The game ends with a really nice compilation of the concept art. We get the last result screen and I get proud of myself because I used every style available in this fight. Feels good, you know? After you skip this cutscene, you're immediately thrown into New Game Plus, keeping all of your previously learned styles, making the game even shorter. I finished this game over the course of 3 hours and I was trying to collect everything. So, how was the game? I had fun. The boss fights are varied enough to be somewhat unique, yet Taifu's weakness is found in its repetitiveness. Even though you have lots of abilities at your disposal, the game never manages to fully keep itself interesting enough. It's more of a fun time, nothing too special, but decent. The areas look nice and have creative ideas, but it never truly manages to transcend mediocrity. The atmosphere is good, it works, but it isn't too memorable. The story is rather dull. It is the basic become the master vibe without much character development or the introduction of truly interesting personalities. This game was labeled aimed for younger audiences by IGN back in 2002, and I do see what they meant back then. While the difficulty can be a little higher at times, it is never something to bite on for a long time. There aren't really spikes in difficulty. It sort of all feels the same. Taifu seems to offer varied gameplay mechanics and enemy variety, yet underdelivers in the sense of accomplishment you should feel when finishing a level using all of your abilities. The game gives you the tools to be creative, but there are no real rewards for doing so. Some characters are funny though, but aren't taken seriously, which is fine. It is clear early on that the game isn't taking itself seriously at all. So I'll put it this way. If you have 2 to 3 hours to spare and want a solid little nostalgic trip, then it is actually quite an original game in some parts. You will enjoy this. And this is that. I've been wanting to talk about this game since it is one of many which I played as a kid but never finished, which I will do with more games in the future. Feel free to follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.